I said, we are going to discuss about cost sheet. So it is a statement prepared periodically to provide detailed cost of a cost center or a cost unit. See, a cost center can be a department, a cost center can be an organization's production unit as a whole. Maybe a cost center can be, no, as we say, it can be the manufacturing of a particular product line. Right, depending on the condition. But ultimately, what we want to know by preparation of a cost sheet is knowing the total cost associated with that particular product or process, or maybe it can be a service. So we want a summary of all what had been recorded just to take decisions based on that. That's why we say that cost sheet is something which we use for taking decisions which are related with cost factors. It can be, initially we said about it helps in controlling the cost. It helps in planning for future. It can also help in, like we are making a comparative analysis of the existing situation with the historical data. Also, with the similar industries who all are operating within the same environment, we will compare with that if possible, because this is very much important for us to remain competitive in the market. If our cost factor is shooting up like anything, then we will not have a competitive edge in the market. So for us to be competitive, our pricing needs to be appropriate. It needs to be competitive. So in order to come up with a pricing decision, we really want to know exactly what is the cost incurred by that particular unit, or maybe by that center, or through that process. So cost sheet is a statement that is prepared with this objective. That's why we say that cost sheet helps in planning and control. Now, the next question which you might be wanting to ask me is, what is this cost sheet? Or we said about the purpose, we said about the use, or what are the components of a cost sheet? Definitely, cost sheet, if it is a manufacturing concern, it will be a summary of material cost, labor cost, and other overhead indirect expenses incurred by the firm, categorizing under different heads. Right? Then we find out the total cost. Also, we will add up our profit margin to arrive at our final selling price. So that is actually the format that is being done through preparation of a cost sheet. Okay, now let's look at what is the basic cost sheet, or how does it look like. So in front of you, I have put in a red box the basic pro forma of a cost sheet. So as you can see, this is the pro forma from with which we started our class in the beginning. Because I said that in order to reach to this stage, we are learning all these. We are learning how to compute material costs. We are learning how to compute factory overhead, factory expenses. We are learning how to compute labor overhead, labor expenses. We also learned how to compute other indirect expenses. Now, the purpose behind all these learning points where we want to reach to a stage called preparation of a cost sheet. Right. So that's why when you look into your cost sheet, you can find there are broadly three components. Three components, and the last component, of course, we added to arrive at the sales part. So the first part we learned from the first class, that is prime cost. Prime cost is nothing but it is a combination of direct material cost, direct labor cost, as well as direct expenses. When we total up that, we will get the prime cost. And that is the first part of our cost sheet. And to that, we are going to add the factory overheads for us to arrive at the factory cost or works cost. It is something that is directly related with the production process. All other indirect expenses that are directly related with the production process will be brought under that category, that is factory overhead. The word overhead indicates that is indirect expenses. right? Now, after that, we know that apart from, suppose if it is a manufacturing firm, apart from the production expenses, there are other expenses which can be brought under the category of administration expenses, as well as selling or distribution expenses or marketing expenses, all that. So that is the next procedure. As a second step, what we would be doing is, we are, along with the operational expenses, we are adding the administration expenses. The administration expenses may include the office management expenses, may include the salary of a manager, may include the maintenance of the office space, expense connected with maintenance of the office space. All these can be brought under the category of administrative overhead. And when we add that, what we get is called as cost of production. So we got the total cost that is involved in the production process. Now that's not the end of the story. We know that we have to sell this product. The basic aim of producing a product is to make it available to the end customers. Right. So that is why there are other expenses that are connected with the procedure or process involved in taking the product from the factory premises to the ultimate consumer. That is what we are going to add. All the expenses connected with the selling and distribution will be added to the cost of production to arrive at the total cost. That is very much important for us, because once we arrive at the total cost, we know that, yes, this is it. Okay, this is the total cost involved in the production of a particular unit or unit of product, or maybe it can also be associated with rendering of a service. Maybe it can be cost associated with a particular department. But I know that this is the total cost. Now it will be very easy for me to arrive at the my sales. Arrive at the actual sales, or in a way you can say that there are other decisions that will be taken by a firm, like fixing the profit margin. Right? They know what is the present condition in the market. Suppose if I am planning to offer my product at 10% margin now, the firm will be doing marketing research to understand whether that is possible. So after all those processes, they will be adding a profit margin. A margin, maybe like 10% margin or 15%, 10% of the total cost being regarded as my profit margin, or 15%. It will vary from it will vary based on type of product, type of industry, and the market conditions. It might vary. But basically, that is the next step. And finally, if you have that, if you add your profit margin, if you consider your profit margin along with your total cost, what you get would be the expected selling price, or the expected sales revenue when you multiply that with number of units to be sold. That is something that is going to happen for a firm. Right. The firm knows that, yeah, I have gone with production of 100 units which can be sold to the market. So my revenue can be, suppose if I'm aiming at a margin of 10%, I know exactly what is that 10% from my sales revenue. Right. So that is the next stage in the preparation of a cost sheet. That's why I said the procedure is very simple, because we had been learning to compute this till now. Now we are just summarizing that into one statement. So for you to remember, a cost sheet will have, of course, I say the first three parts, the primary part that will be applicable to all firms, irrespective of whether that is a manufacturing concern. No, it is the production cost, the cost of rendering service. In a manufacturing concern, that will be related with the cost of production, directly related with the production process. But in a service industry, you imagine from a bank industry, for them there is nothing called as production that was happening. For them, that is included with rendering of services, banking or financial services to their customers. That difference would be there. But basically, when we talk about, these are the primary headings of primary parts of a cost sheet. First is prime cost, which is a total of direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses, right? And along with that, we will add the factory overhead, that is those other expenses that are connected with the production production process. And then along with it, that's where we get the factory cost or works cost. And then we add the administrative expenses, which are not directly related with the production process. But of course, those expenses are also incurred by the firm, maybe insurance for your office premises. That's not directly related with the production process, but that is needed for you. Right. So that is why those category of expenses will be brought under administrative overhead. And once you add all that, you will get the total cost. I mean, the cost of production. We will get the cost of production. And to cost of production, we will add all other expenses that will be incurred by the firm for making the product or service available to the end customers. That is what we call as selling and distribution expenses. And once we add that to the cost of production, we will get total cost. Okay, if we have total cost, it will be very easy for us to find our cost per unit of production. How do we do that? Total cost divided by number of units produced. Right. So we will have the total cost. And if I'm planning to add my profit to that, right, then I will be arriving at my sales revenue. Suppose if I'm making a loss, I planned something, but if that did not happen in the right way as I planned, maybe there is a possibility that I will incur loss. I'm not able to sell by adding a margin to my product. I am forced to sell below my cost. Then I'm ready to incur a loss. So there are certain conditions that might happen for a firm because of maybe environmental pressures, because of competition in the market, or there are a number of reasons for that. In that case, I will not be having a profit position. I'll be having a loss for my firm. So this is actually the format, the basic format of a cost sheet. Now I'm just showing you the content, the same content putting in by categorizing that, taking away from a statement format just by explaining the theory. This I've already shared with you. So I'm moving on to the next one. This is the extended part. It is for you to learn. The basic idea here is for you to learn the extended version of a cost sheet. After the direct expenses, we have expanded that to factory expenses like factory overhead and administrative overhead. What you have to remember here is all what is directly related to the production process will be brought under all indirect expenses that is directly related to the production process will be brought under factory overhead, and that does not have a direct relation to the production process will be brought under administrative overhead. The same principle which we use when we are preparing profit and loss account. Okay, when we are preparing that, we do that, right? Trading and profit and loss account. The same concept here. All that has some connection with the production process will be brought in the factory overhead, and other expenses will be brought under administrative overhead. And those that are connected with the selling and distribution will be brought under selling and distribution expenses. That can be salary of a salesman. That can be the expense connected with distribution of sample. That can be as advertising charges, or the expense connected with a sales van. It will vary, but broadly what we have to understand is it will be connected with the distribution of those product or services. And as you can see, we will have two columns for an extended cost sheet. That will be total cost and per unit. Per unit cost, as you know, it will be by dividing the number of units. I know the total cost, I know the number of units, then it is very easy for me to find out the per unit. So that's what we have done, per unit cost of computers. So this is the format which you should know very clearly if we are going to prepare the cost sheet. So I'll just give you a summary of what we had been discussing. Today we introduced the concept of cost sheet. Now, as we know that cost sheet is a statement which is prepared to find out the total cost associated with a product center, production center, or it can be a cost center, cost unit, or total cost associated with the production or rendering of a service. Now, as we said, a cost sheet will be having mainly 4 parts, which talks about prime cost. Then it talks about factory, the works cost by adding factory overhead. Then we come with the cost of production by adding the administration expenses. And last, we will add all other selling and distribution expenses, come with finding out the total cost. Then the last part is something which is used by us for managing, for selling our product in the market, where we will consider the profit margin expected by us, right? Also, that will help us to find out the sales revenue. All right, so this is the content of a cost sheet. Thank you. Now, if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. We will be doing exercise.